Thursday, February 3rd, 2022, for my own edification. The TV news said this morning there was breaking news, an interruption in the natural flow of the program on the teleportation or television device with President Joe Biden. Well, they say Joe Biden, not Joseph Biden, so I'm going with Joe Biden. And then it said he was coming to visit New York. Again, I don't have his calendar, I have no idea. So that happened. Then at the 4 o'clock news, they showed his visit here with NYPD, in New York City with Mayor Adams and Governor Kathy Hochul. And they made a distinction that it was federal, state, and city were working together to handle this New York City crime and some other scary things that are going on with 3D printing I never even heard about or thought about. And I'm just like, I wouldn't have given them airplanes and a chance for a phone to talk to one another, but here we are at too little too late. So, now it's, what time is it? 6 o'clock p.m. And if aerial satellites watching, to my house comes the Loretta James lookalike that CPS or one of those other agencies sent in, which I told straight away, that I did not want involvement. I wanted, if I needed to have a counselor for my son, it needed to be more of a familial member. They totally disregard my requests. And so now I have like a Loretta James lookalike from the reference that I made last night on the television, just so we're clear. They don't even accommodate a sensitive situation, the city, the state, or the federal at this point. They don't seem to care. Which is personal rights of a citizen who's law-abiding and not trying to cause trouble. And so I've asked her not to show up, not to come, to switch out and find me a different representative. So, this is on tier for you. If this is an internal spy, I don't know what country she's from originally. I don't know who she speaks to. I don't know who she's transmitting information to. And she has access to my son, and it's a problem. For my safety and his. And for his future. So that's that. And I got a phone call. It felt like a high school prank phone call, honestly. Some guy from a 518 number, which is up in Albany, called. And he said to me, he's like, I just wanted to know if I adjusted the knobs in my laboratory. I just want to make sure, like, are you feeling the pressure changes in New York? And I'm like, what? And I'm like, now, where's your laboratory? He's like, Ontario. I was like, and where am I located? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, then how are you adjusting knobs in your laboratory if you don't know where I am? And he was like, well, it's whatever. And then he said something about Bell Boulevard, and I'm like, okay. He's like, I was just wondering how it was, if you noticed a change. And I'm like, And I'm like, well, I was like, I make a document for my own edification of where I'm at and what the atmosphere or the climate feels like at the moment that I'm experiencing any differential. I was like, so it's on, like, I said Facebook first. He said he didn't have Facebook. I said, that's fine. I said, it's on YouTube. He says he only watches videos of cats. I'm like, all right. I said, I don't even really go to watch videos at all. I said, every now and again, music. Then he asked me what I was into to music. But the thing is that he also said he was an amateur scientist. And I'm like, now if you're an amateur scientist, why are you touching supposed controls in a laboratory for climate control? Just curious. And so that got awkward, like trying to navigate that. But again, it felt very between the two of us, I guess. Like again, and I don't like being rude, but I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. It's some guy on the end of the phone, and then I'm like, is it a robotic lab with these new, like, paid for, like, you speak to it and then it answers 1 second, or is it like, because they have those, but they sound real, but they're not, and I'm like, is it a real person calling? Again, it's like, it's really, they've gotten so sophisticated at certain areas of technology and what they show in the movies that, I mean, I really couldn't tell the difference. If my life depended on it, I couldn't tell the difference. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxies, Broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.